let's try hi, hi, hi. All right. It's only me yet. Oh, somebody's here. Jamie?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
I have a math question.
What?
Yeah, I know.
All right. The best. Oh, I forgot.
Do you have your book, or is it easier if I read it?
Which one are we looking at?
Homework 5.6, number 255.
255. 255.
I don't know if you want me to tell you how I did it, then you tell me where I went wrong.
5, 6?
5.6, yes.
255?
Yes.
What's that problem say for you?
Julia and her husband own a coffee shop. That one. I'm sorry, maybe it's 5.5.
It's 5.5. I got you.
Sorry about that.
That's fair.
Word problems, yes.
All right, so Julia and her husband, coffee shop. Let me clean this off. $7.80 per pound. See, and when you see that per pound, that's a huge hint that that's going to be where a variable goes. Yeah, okay, so we did one like this. It's been a little while. Let's see. Let me clean this off.
So I did like a little plotting thing, or I don't know how the right way of saying that, but I did at the top type number times value equals total value. And so that I listed it as city roast and French roast.
Sure.
I gave city, the number is C, and French roast, it's F. The value would be 7.80 per pound for city roast and 8.10 per pound for French roast.
Sure.
And then the total value is 7.80 times C. French roast is 8.10 times F. Underneath the number, I put per pound would be 20. Underneath the value, it's 7.92 in the paragraph. Their blend should cost them 7.92 per pound. So for total value, it's 7.92 times 20 equals 158.40. And then for the equation, it's just not coming out right, but it says I put C plus 4 equals 20 because city roast plus French roast equals 20.
C plus F. C plus F.
Yeah, what'd I say?
Equals 20. You said C plus 4.
Oh, sorry.
All right, C plus F. I agree. So there you go. What's up?
And then 7.80 C plus 8.10 F equals 158.40.
Yep. So C plus, let me see. None of my, hold on. All right. Let me see if something is going to work. Please. All of the markers I just recently bought are basically dead, just about. Let's see what happens here. All right, that's a little better. So yeah, C plus F is 20.
Yes.
And then it was whatever the hell it was.
7.80 C plus 810 F equals 158.40.
Okay. And then it's up to you what method you want to use.
So I was doing elimination, and so I times the top equation by negative 7.80.
Let's see, 156?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then we eliminate the C's.
0.3F equals, so 3 equals. You get F, you get 8, don't you? You get F as 8.
I got F as negative 0.3.
All right, now, well, okay. 8.1 minus 7.8 is
Well, I'm sorry, I got positive, but then I
But then you
subtracted.
get over here, you get 2.40, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then divide by 0.3, you get 8. Yeah.
That's where I probably messed up. I did 2.4 minus 0.3, and I did a subtraction, not division. So
That'll
I
do
think
it.
that's
Yeah.
okay.
Subtraction can't kill that multiplication. Yeah,
Right.
I got you.
Thank you.
Sure. It's always interesting when you get all the hardest parts correct, and then
Yes.
something like that comes and gets you.
Yes.
I understand.
How did everyone do on quizzes? Is that gonna seem like it's
Did you
gonna
see
be
yours? I put it back in there. You should be able to see it.
I did. I just meant for you, as this being a new thing for you and
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you can
on
see.
our system.
I do like the grading stuff in Canvas because then I have the option to type.
Mhm.
I can draw and type. If I'm just doing it on a PDF thing, I can only draw. And then trying to write something to somebody, I'm like, oh my God, this is going to kill me. So the Canvas grader is nice. I can't remember. I think the average was like a 75 or something.
Okay.
Yeah. It was actually accumulating the average as I was grading it, which was kind of nifty.
That kind of is the average we had in class already, right?
I don't know. I can't remember. I could pull it up, but I'm not going to.
Well, it's
But,
good
I
that
mean,
everyone didn't
overall-
get 100%, so you know
Huh?
that. I said it's good that not everyone got 100%, so you know that.
Yes, that is a good point. I wouldn't say that I was pleasantly surprised because I didn't like some of the lower grades, but yes, obviously people are really doing it for the most part, really doing it themselves.
I'm in a biology class as well, and they're still trying to figure out how to incorporate testing for integrity purposes.
Are you in a
Especially,
bio lab course?
yes.
Oh shit, have they figured out how to do the lab part?
There was something that we did for 2 of our labs, which was through Simutext, which was a computer kind of simulated lab. So I think that they're going to try and potentially switch to that. So obviously it won't be hands-on. But for like microbiology and human anatomy, those classes, they're worried about integrity for nursing school and a lot of the allied health fields that Grossmont offers.
Yeah.
Point system where like people are fighting for good grades. And
Yes. Yes.
So
It's you know, I had somebody write a comment on one of my YouTube videos about how much they hated things being online and they wish it wasn't online. And I'm like,
nothing you can do about it right now.
it's
Drop
either
the class
online
and take
or
it next
not.
semester.
They're not taking it. And I mean, yeah. So let me see. Samir is here. Come on. Hello. There you are. All right. I guess that's not going to work. Okay. Where did I put that? There it is. Okay. No, don't do that. Yes. Okay. All right, let me see. Samir, can you hear me? Is this Mohammed Samir? Mohammed?
Yeah, Muhammad Samir. Yeah, sir.
Hey. I'm okay. I think your volume's pretty low, but I can still hear you. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right. So if you guys have any questions while we're waiting for more people to show up, feel free to ask away. Oh, scheisse. I don't want that. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to test something out while I just got you guys here. Let me see. Is this going to work? I think this should work. Yes. You can see the book, right?
Yes.
All right, good. We'll do that later. Okay. Otherwise, we just gotta wait. Is there a way I can, let's see. Hey, Larissa. Let's see. Okay, I think I can do that. The nice thing is I don't need you guys to type anything in chat if you don't want to. I figured out how to download a participant list for each meeting so I can keep track of attendance like that.
So something if you want to do, I don't know if it would be helpful or not. So a lot of people don't keep their mics off when you're teaching. And so any noise that's made, like when you're drawing on the board, it switches to them. So if you click on
I know
face,
I can mute everybody. The problem is I got to remember some people, certain students, the minute I mute everybody, they immediately unmute themselves. So
I was going to say that there's 3 dots. If you select your image, there's 3 dots at the top.
I can pin that. That's right.
Yeah.
I always forget to do that. All right.
And then it'll stay on you at least the whole time for like your YouTube video.
Thank you.
Yes.
But also the mute thing, I think it's always funny when I mute and then somebody immediately unmutes themselves. What? Every sound I make is important. Oh, we got a whopping 3 today. All right. Oh, if I just keep saying that, will more people come? We have a whopping 4 today. Oh, well.
The number of people who took the test or quiz, do you have a better understanding of how many students are remaining in your class?
Yeah, well, somewhat. Yeah, so I've sent some emails. Some students email me to tell me they applied for EW and they just have to wait for it.
Got it.
So they're still kind of in the class, but they're not, they were just being nice. So I don't know how many other students might be doing that and just not letting me know. But I'm going to send some emails out to people that haven't shown up and didn't do the quiz. That is troublesome. But, it's a balancing act. It's not an easy balancing act.
Right.
For me, because as a teacher, you want to maintain integrity, maintain expectations, but I've got students whose work schedules are completely screwed up. They're one person in the household doesn't have a job anymore, so they had to take more work on. All kinds of shit. Who just came in? Let's see. Lionel's here. There we go. Eileen, okay. I like it. Nada's here. Yasha's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm below average at the moment. I'm used to having about 1/3 of the class show up. I'm not quite there yet. There are a few people, just to let you know, there's a few people I've talked to already whose the way their life has changed with this COVID has made it impossible for them to show up for these Zoom meetings. I'm working with them for other things. And by the way, guys, I really love that you're automatically saying here in the chat without me asking. You actually don't have to do that anymore. I figured out how to download a participant list for every Zoom meeting I do. So then I can just use that for attendance. That actually is really cool that you guys just did that. I love it. But you don't need to. What time we got? Oh, it's time. Wow. Okay. What do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. I'm 2 below my all-time high for this class. Let's see. All right, guys. So, somebody else just got here. I'm so, ooh, look at that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, I've hit my all-time high. Ooh, did I go past? Yeah, I just did. 12. All right, this is the most. This is the most. All right, I'll stop. I'm sorry. And again, you guys don't have to say here anymore. I appreciate it. I figured out how to download participant lists for each meeting. What's awkward? The way you spelled awkward, or just me? I know I'm awkward.
Wanted to do it.
Oh, you're fine. It's okay. You can. It's fine, as long as you're not doing weird shit in the chat. I don't care if you say here or awkward or whatever. Okay. Did everybody here find their results of the quiz up on Zoom? I mean, Canvas, whatever freaking product it is. You can make corrections. Sorry, Abby. I need to, before you start turning the corrections in, I just need to make a little assignment spot so you can upload it in the right place. I don't want to have too much stuff going into the same thing, because then I think it's gonna be harder for me to keep track of. So just hold on to your corrections if you've already started on them. Somebody's saying yes. Maybe it's to a question I haven't answered yet. Oh, you're saying yes, you did see. Okay, I got you. The average, I think, was around a 75 or something, right around there, if I remember correctly. And you can make corrections just like we were. Any questions about from the quiz or anything? I can't remember if on the syllabus updates, I obviously the quiz corrections and then doing better on the test. Remember that whole thing where the quiz grade could go up again? That's not going to happen because we don't have tests, right? So, oh well, you could just make corrections. You can't get that extra boost from tests being better because we don't have tests. So it's all a big trade-off. So any questions about the quiz or anything like that before we get into homework questions or anything? I need to remember to put something in what do you call it? Canvas about the quiz. We're going to have a quiz, remember, on Monday. Right? On the rest of chapter 5. That'd be 5.2 through 5.6. So that's going to be on Monday. Okay. So I just got to do that. So anybody, no questions before I get into where I left off last time? No questions from the quiz, no questions from homework, nothing?
I have a question. If I have homeworks that was late to be turned in, I wanted to give you some homeworks from before we started the quarantine.
Oh, I see.
There's no nowhere to upload them on Canvas because we started with.
Well, for right now, you can give it to me over email. Somebody's already been doing that with some earlier homework.
Okay.
Yeah, I just need to get in there and update the Canvas shell to give you guys more places to put stuff.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Okay.
Could we possibly go over 2E from the quiz?
Let me see. Let me pull it up for myself. 2B? 2B?
Yes. Yeah, 2B.
There it is. Oh, I see. All right. Well, let's do this.
Oh.
Okay. Can everybody see the quiz? Right?
Yes.
You guys see the quiz? Okay. So this is the one you're talking about right here, right?
Yes. That really threw me for a loop.
A lot of you guys, a lot of people that did this right did more work than you had to. I didn't take any points off, but still. What kicks so much ass about the point that I give you in this problem? Why is that point right there so awesome?
Why
There's a zero.
Because of the 0, which makes it the y-intercept, which makes it that you know what b is going to be for your line. Do you see that? So I know b is going to be 4. All I need then, what's the only thing I still need is m. Yeah? And I tell you, it's perpendicular to this line here. Let me see, somebody's chatting at me. Horror. Okay. Is that all right? Is that cool? Some people, for some reason, graphed. I don't ask for any graphs. How did somebody, is somebody drawing on that? Or is that me? What is that blue line? Do you guys see a blue line right there?
Yeah.
How did that get there? Oh, I'm doing shit. Is that me or somebody's drawing on it? Who's doing that? How do I make it stop? Anyway, all right, too bad. I got to still figure out how to do that correctly. Okay, anything else from the quiz or anything?
So I am.
That was weird. How did somebody manage that? That's freaking me out. Okay, anything else before we get back into where we were last time? We were talking about polynomials and the like. All right, not seeing anything else. Let's get into, now just to make this clear, what I did last time, yesterday, was it actually was from 6.1 and 6.2. I'm gonna mute everybody. So don't get all that feedback. Okay. If you need to say something, unmute yourself only when you're ready to say something. Okay, I like it. So, oh, let me do this. This actually is going to be easier. I'm going to do this now. This is me being crazy here. Give me 1 second. I don't see how somebody did that. Oh, well, too bad. I'm going to try it again because I am crazy. All right. So everybody sees this. This is from the book, right? So this 6.1 is really just about adding and subtracting polynomials, which is really just a rehash of like terms. But they do give some terminology related to polynomials. These names here, which hopefully sound familiar to a few people, the degree of polynomial, so forth. So look down here. So monomial, just like a monocle, is a polynomial that has one term. Let me see. Oh, sorry. Binomial has 2 terms and a trinomial has 3. Above trinomial, we just sort of gave up. We're like, holy shit, if it's got more than 3, we're just going to call it poly. Poly means many. All right. Can everybody, how do I do this? Let me do this. Who's got extra power? I have to learn how to get more power for myself. Somebody's unmuting yourself. Don't unmute yourself. There's some noise driving me crazy. So here's some examples down here. The one that might freak people. Now, obviously right here, this guy right here, this 8y squared. That guy is a monomial. It's got 1 term. Right below him, 4b minus 5, that's a binomial. It's got 2 terms. Right? We doing okay? Right below that, trinomial, it's got 3 terms. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. It's that simple. It gets a little bit stranger over here, for example. Keep track of chat too. Oh, I see. All right. You don't have to say here anymore. Well, over here, look at this. This is 1 term right here. How can I tell that this right here is 1 term, the negative 9x cubed y 5? How do I know it's 1 term? Because terms are separated by pluses and minuses. So this has got 2 terms. This has got 3 terms, so forth. So this one's got a lot of variable stuff, but it's 1 term. It's not plus minus some other piece. Another one that freaks people out is 14. And like, what's an example of a polynomial? You ready? 2. 2 is a polynomial. Why? because it has no variables to exponents that are not whole numbers. Remember that? A polynomial has to have all the exponents to a whole number, right? And 2 doesn't have any variables that it's to something that's not a whole number. So 2 is a polynomial officially. Just like here, 14 is a polynomial. More specifically, it's a monomial. It's got one term, monocle, right? Binomial, bicycle, trinomial, tricycle. Not too bad. So tell me this. Who's got this? This one here, this very first one, is that, what type of polynomial is this? Part A. Right here. Anybody? Anybody? What, this one right here? What type? Is it monomial, binomial, or trinomial? That's all I want to know.
Trinomial.
What is it?
Trinomial.
Trinomial. Yes, kick ass. And somebody else is typing trinomial, kick ass. All right. I mean, please let that be nice. What about part B? Somebody else. Mon, bi, tri, or other for part B.
Monomial.
Yes, part B is monomial. It's one term. It's not this plus something else plus something else. There's only one piece. So terms are connected by multiplication. They are separated by plus and minus. What about C? How many terms does C have? I love you guys. I love you guys. Oh, sorry. I muted everybody. Everybody, listen to me. Listen to me. Listen. Keep yourself mute unless you have to say something. It's sort of like a CB. You don't hit the button unless you have to say something. So I'm sorry. I have muted everybody. If somebody was about to say something, you can unmute yourself and say it. How many does C have? Sorry. I think Abby was holding her fingers up. Huh?
Polynomial.
But how many terms does it have?
Terms.
Somebody's doing that again. How are you doing that?
5.
5.
5. I love it.
5. Okay, cool.
Yes. I have no idea how this is happening here. Whoever's doing that, I'm almost not angry. I'm mostly just impressed. Thank you. That is scary though. I don't think you should be able to do that, but what do I know? Okay, that's enough of that. So monomial, binomial, trinomial, any more than that, it's like, holy shit, let's just call it polynomial. Poly meaning many. Let's get something more interesting. Something called the degree of a term. So the degree is, now get ready for this. This sounds like a note. The degree of a term is just the total number of variables in that term. So what I really mean by that, for example, let's do something that's more interesting. Look at this term up here, this one. This term right there. Look at it. The one, the 9x cubed y5, right? That term. How many x's are there in that term? Now you guys are scared to talk.
3.
There's 3 x's and how many y's?
5.
5. So how many total letters?
8.
8. So that would be an 8th degree. This is an 8th degree monomial. That term has got 8 is the 8th degree. That's all there is to it. So down here, they make these a little bit too easy, but watch this. You can't even see those powers, can you? That kind of sucks a lot. So let me stop sharing because you guys scare me that you're able to draw on my share. So this term here, what degree is that term? Can you guys see that all right?
No. Yes.
Got a little bit of a big layer, but oh well.
Good.
I'm sorry. So how many, what degree would this be?
6.
Yeah. And see how, I really want you to realize how simple this is. And then I'll tell you why we even came up with this idea. 2 A's, 1 B, 3 C's, 6th degree. Do you guys know, let me see here. Do you guys know what like x squared looks like? Anybody? If you were to graph it, does anybody know what it would look like? I'm sorry, Youngster, you were drawing something? Yeah. Do you guys know it looks like that? Like a U? It's called a parabola. Does that sound familiar? No? Are you guys okay?
Yes.
Don't worry, we're gonna make it through. I'm gonna let us out early today. Just go with me, keep with me. If you don't remember this or you don't know this, if you graphed x squared, it would look like that. And it kind of makes sense it looks like this because for one thing, it's not gonna be a straight line because 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16. It goes up much quicker than a line does. X cubed would go up even faster. Now, to be honest, x cubed looks like this. Yeehaw. But the rise would be faster. X to the 4th rises even faster. Of course it does. 2 cubed is 8, but 2 to the 4th power is 16. Holy shit. Now, none of these is what, for example, we don't want to talk about this, but none of these is what coronavirus is doing. Coronavirus is an even worse model where it grows stupid fast. It grows much faster than any of these could possibly model. That's enough about that. All right. So my point with that is, if I tell another math person I've got a sixth degree term, I have an idea of how quickly it grows when I change all the variables. That's really the reason that we came up with these terms. All right, some of you guys never wanted to know that, but I just like to give a complete picture. There must be some reason we came up with these words, and there is. Okay, now watch this. Ooh, yeah, all right, that one works. Sorry, I'm excited about a marker that works. Okay, you guys see that whole thing? I don't know if this is good. Well, that's freaky. Rah. All right, somebody help me out. What degree is that term right? Well, first off, how many terms are there? Okay, there's 1, 2, 3 terms. Do you guys see that? Is that all right? Terms are separated by plus and minus.
Oh.
I like it. So good. 3 terms. Everybody in the chat there, 3 terms. This first term, what's the degree of that first term?
2.
Yeah, it's the 2nd degree. What's the degree of this second term?
3 degree.
Yeah, it's got 1x and 2y, so it's 3rd degree. Before I keep going, anybody lost with how I'm doing this? Let me know. Okay. Sometimes people don't trust it because it's too easy. It really is just count how many letters are in each term. So what's the degree of that one?
5.
Yes. 5th degree. And real quick, this has got 3 terms, so it's a trinomial. So I can talk about the degree of a term, but what's the degree of a whole polynomial is the highest one I see. So what's the degree of this polynomial, of this trinomial? It is the 5th degree. So it's sort of like math biology. Two subjects that maybe people out there hate both of them. But one thing in biology is we like to identify things. So this is kind of like a math biologist. Oh, this is a 5th degree trinomial, right? Like a yellow-bellied sapsucker or whatever. You guys semi with me? Any fans of biology out there? Don't answer that. Okay. Maybe? 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 All right, let's try one more of those. Somebody got, let me put this other one up here. Let me see if I have another color that's gonna work. Will you work, green? Yes, maybe. What kind of polynomial is that? Can you guys see that okay?
Yes. Two
Where's
term
30 coming from?
binomial. Bi.
Yeah, it's a binomial. I like it. So let's put binomial here. Let me leave some room here. Jeff, can you spell? Obviously not. So it's a binomial. What's the degree of this first term?
16th.
Yeah, 3 A's, 2 B's, that's 5, and 11 C's, that's 16. That's 16th degree. What's the degree of that one? Somebody else. What's the degree of this?
0.
Okay, could be the same person. That is what we call, because we're math people are weird, we call that the 0th degree term. So what's the degree of the whole polynomial? The whole binomial in this case?
16th.
16. It's the highest degree I see. So the degree of a term is the total number of letters in that term. The degree of a polynomial is the highest degree that I see. So this is a binomial. Specifically, it is a 16th degree black belt, binomial. I like it. Not too bad, right? Maybe? You guess all right? Okay, I think some of those are pictures. I thought some of you guys had gone comatose, but some of you guys just have pictures up there. Okay. All right. Last thing for today. Let's give me a few examples, but the last thing. Let me see what you guys think about this. Try to do that simplified. See all that? Green might rather be the best. Let's see. Who is doing well? My red is doing well. Yeah, okay. Nobody's saying they can't see it. By the way, what I loved this morning at my class this morning, I said everybody can leave, stay if you need to, and there were about 4 people that were still here. And I was saying, are you there? Hello? Hello, are you there? So if you log into class and then walk away from your laptop for an extended period of time, you might want to check in every now and again at least to give the semblance that you're attending. So this we've done before, right? This is like terms, but I can look at it as adding two polynomials, right? So they're going to be adding polynomials, but that's just combining like terms. That's it. We've done that stuff before. So what can I put together with x squared? Oh, somebody's got the answer. I like it. What's like terms with this guy? This guy. So that'd be negative 3x squared, right? And of course, in the middle, I got negative 4xy's plus 7xy's. And like Lauren said, I get 3xy. Now, Alani, I'm not sure what that answer is from. This ends up being a binomial, right? This would have been a binomial also, so I'm not sure. Anyway. Cool. So here's a harder example of this. I mean,
Okay.
really, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Excuse me. Can you explain which one, how do you know is different about the polynomial? What is different? How I can know is different between them? I don't understand how I can to understand this one is polynomial.
Oh, you mean, how do I tell if it's a monomial, binomial, trinomial?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
A monomial has one term.
Okay.
A binomial like bicycle has two.
Okay.
Trinomial like tricycle has three.
Okay.
Yeah, so a trinomial could be like x plus y minus z. Right? So one example of a trinomial would be x plus y minus z. X plus y minus z. There's three terms. Right? Here's a note to take. Here's a note to take. Terms are separated by addition and subtraction. So that's how I can tell. So this one, there's only one subtraction. It's got one term minus another one. That's why it was a binomial, because it's got two terms. I like it. I need more eraser. Okay. Come here, you. I'm going to take all this away. So, for example, if I had how many terms is that? What is that? Oh, okay, I see, Alani.
It's one term.
Yeah, this is one big ass term. There's no additions, no subtractions, right? And just to make sure you understand, this is still one term. If I put a negative sign there, it's still one term. What's the only operation in this whole thing? Multiplication. So terms are held together by multiplication, and then they're separated by plus and minus. Okay, maybe. So the minute I do this, oh, now there's two terms. Now it's a binomial because there's a plus. There's a term and there's another term. Okay. Maybe. All right. So here's a freaky one. You guys take a minute. Don't say anything out loud. Don't chat any answer. Here it comes. Simplify. What you got, Jeff? Okay. This one's kind of evil. I like it.
Polynomial.
So again, don't unmute yourself unless you want to say something. Please.
Is it already simplified?
No. Good try though, Kyle. That's not a bad guess for what the weirdness would have been.
Polynomial.
So my question is simplify. My question has nothing to do with degrees and what kind of thing it is. So you guys ready? Is there any more of these? Let's start with the easy part. Any more B's? Does this guy have any like terms?
Only one term.
Does he
Only one.
have any like terms?
No.
Nope.
Only-
Nope. Poor little dude all by himself in the world. Aw. What about this? Now, these all look very similar here, don't they? So what makes things like terms? They must have the same variables and the same amount of each variable. How many A's are in this first term?
1.
2.
2.
3.
There's 2 A's. How many B's?
1.
1.
1.
Any other term has 2 A's and 1 B.
2.
Yeah.
2 terms.
So this one and this one are like terms. Now, I will never forget, I think it was like one of my first 3 semesters teaching. I had a student swear up and down to God that these were not like terms because this was backwards. What's 7 times 8?
50.
What's 7 times 8?
50.
Huh?
56.
And what's 8 times 7?
56.
Okay, so just because I put these out of alphabetical order doesn't mean they couldn't be turned back around. These are like terms. I have 1 of them minus 3 of them. So of course I have -2 of right? And then I got this poor little dude that's all by himself in the world, and then I got that poor little dude. There's no other terms that has 1 A and 2 B's, right? No other terms has 1 A and 2 B's. So I have no way to consolidate those. It's only one of them, plus 2AB squared. That's the answer to simplify this. Combine your like terms. I like it. I like it. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else freaky. I think that's one of the freakier things. Tomorrow we're going to get into anybody, if I say FOIL method, does that sound familiar to anybody? FOIL method. I don't mean a way to cook baked potato, but it actually is, if you've heard of it, okay. If you've never heard of it, great, because I don't think it should exist. So we'll get into that controversial statement tomorrow. It's unnecessary. It makes it seem like it's harder than it is. So tomorrow we're going to get into multiplying polynomials. Section 16, you know what I mean. Whoever's out there. I'm sorry, maybe you don't. Tomorrow in terms of the class. The next class on Monday. Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't even know what day it is. I mean, my God. I don't have any markers to tell me anything anymore. No, somebody's saying, no, Jeff, stop. Okay. Oof. Okay, whatever. On Monday, we will talk about multiplying various polynomials, and that's where this idea of FOIL comes in. I'm going to show you why I don't need that shit and why it is really unnecessary and sets people back. We'll see if you agree. I don't know. If you like FOIL, you can still use it. Why not? Also on Monday, remember, Monday, we have a quiz, the other quiz on the rest of chapter 5. Yeah. So does anybody have anything else we need to talk about?
No, thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. So just
Have a good
work on those
weekend.
corrections. I got to put something up in Canvas so you can upload corrections to the quiz. But otherwise, just keep working on stuff. Let me know if you have anything comes up, any issues. I'm trying to be as flexible as I can with working on things. Alani, what you got? Was it out of something? How do you mean? Oh, the grade you made on the quiz, it's always out of 100 for me. Always. Did I talk to you guys about, have you ever had a class where the teacher gave you like a 20-point quiz? You ever had that? A quiz where it was 20-point quiz, right? So if you got 14 out of 20, you feel pretty good. But 14 out of 20 is a 70. You barely passed. I hate things that are out of anything but 100 because otherwise you might have an incorrect perception about how well you did. Everything I give you is out of 100 because I'm crazy math man. All right. Anything else about anything? Anything? All right. If anybody wants to stick around as a question, feel free. Otherwise, you guys can head out, and I'll see you. Have as good of a weekend as you can nowadays. Get out, get some fresh air, maybe, and be safe and be careful. By the way, I'm gonna let this grow. I'm gonna call it my co-beard 19. What do you think? No, okay. We'll see what happens. Are you guys just hanging out? I got nothing else. So if you don't have any questions, I just want to see. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay. I'm gonna close this out. Everybody, we're all leaving. Time to go back to your room. Yeah, get out of here. You don't have to stay home, but you can't be here because this is about to. This room is gone.